My son sent me a Sonic ARF for my birthday. And this is the unboxing video. I'm going to unbox it just like you would at your house so that you can look at the same things I look for. Let's open this kit up. We'll take the top off. First thing I notice, it's very well packed. Looks like they knew that it would get buffeted around a bit. I've been liking what I see so far, so let's cut it open and see what kind of quality the balsa and the particular covering that they put on. I always start with fuse. Let's drag this thing out of here as soon as I get it cut free. If the effort that they put to make sure they got to me in this nice condition works out, we're going to be good. Let's cut this plastic bag off of it and take a look at the fuselage. I'm seeing on first inspection that I like what I see so far. Let's see what we can do whenever we get the bag off, see what the covering job looks like, try to see what the construction looks like inside. Most of these ARFs, they use an inexpensive glue. So far, what I've seen with the twisting and the observation, I'm not dissatisfied. For the inexpensive price of this kit, which can either be built as a nitro or be built as electric, I'm really impressed right now. I've seen a lot worse. So let's look at this. They got good covered seams. They've overlapped the covering quite well. So if you're going to use it with nitro, pull and tug on all of the servos trays, the mounting plates. This is rather impressive. My son had purchased a plane. He went to land it the first time. They didn't even bother to glue the landing gear in. But anyway, upon inspection inside, first thing I notice is the glue they use looks like a hot glue gun, which is all right. They'll hold an airplane together quite well. The hatch seems to fit well. It is very secure. I like that. If I was going to go nitro, though, I'd probably try to seal the edges real well. Let's cut out this next part. Next thing to look at is going to be the tail feathers, rudder, vertical stab, horizontal stab. Let's start with the rudder first. Let's get the book out of the way. Well, they definitely made sure that all the parts were going to make it with it. Get this out of the way. Try to get that rudder off. The Bible. Let's set that aside. We'll look at it later. Here we go. Cut some more tape off. Probably could have saved $10 on the price just by all the tape that they put on it. LOL, right? Anyway, let's get this cut off here. Let's get the bag off of it. Let's see what they've done with the fin and with the rudder. I see that they've covered completely across the bottom of the rubber, which we will have to remove. But it just shows that they were trying to make a good tight seal between the covering and the balsa. Let's get this off here and see what we look like on the inside. Absolutely awesome so far. I'm twisting and turning and pulling. If it looks like I'm being a little rough, I am. I'm wanting to see how well it's put together inside, what kind of a pressure it'll take. Because whenever I go to wring this out in flight, I don't want something coming apart. Hinges look good. They're great CA glue hinges. Slots look good. Covering looks good coming up to them. We got plenty of clearance. We got adjustment. The covering looks really nice. All right, move on to the vertical stab or the horizontal stab in the elevator. See if we can't get it cut loose. Be careful not to cut the wing underneath. Get this thing off of here. I'm doing this as you would unpackage it so you can see the quality, see how well it's put together. Let's get this off, get the bag off of it, see the quality. Get this apart. Just a simple observation. I want to see how straight it is. I want to see the quality. Again, tugging the shit out of it to see how well it's built. So far, I'm not disappointed. Get it out of here. See what we can do with that. Now, what's that yellow? Oh, we're going to have to get that out and find out what's going on. It's part of the bloody trim. Look at that. I am beside myself there. That's really nice. They run the trim all the way down and around. Look at that. Really nice. Not bad. Let's get this wing panel open. We can get this wing panel open. We can see the quality of the airplane. This usually really tells it. They've wrapped the covering really well. And, geez, come on out of here. Let's see if we can't get this out and take a really great look at it. As I can see, yeah, things fit really nice and tight. My servo covers, they're really nice. Covering job is really, really up there. For a $100 airplane, you can't beat it. So here we go. Get the other panel out of the way, and we'll get to the last panel. And really what we're doing here is we're just making sure that there's no big defects that we might have to call about. But I am not disappointed. Get this out of here. Inspect the hatches. Inspect the glue jobs inside the best we can. A lot of times, if there's openings in the ends, I'll take and drip thin CA on the wood, especially in the center sections, so that I can guarantee that there are really great glue joints in there. Everybody has their own preference here. Some will just throw it together the way it is. They're good to go. I had one of these years ago, many years ago, probably right after they first came out, and I liked the way it flew back then. My son, I guess, remembered it, and he got me one for my birthday. All right, let's see what we got on push rods. Right now, I see a wing tube. I vaguely remember on the one that I originally purchased, they had used a flat ply balsa for the wing spar, or for the wing joiner. I see push rods. I see all of the items for final servo installation. Not bad, not bad. Okay, set aside. Next thing we want to get out of here is the hardware kit. Get that hardware kit out. Let's move this out of the way. Let's see if we can't swing the box down out of the way, get it out of our way. Let's open this hardware bag and see how comprehensive it is. If we open this up, we're going to find that it's set up for both nitro and electric. I see, this is electric, and it looks like it's balsa wood. I'll be cutting that out of plywood. I don't really like anything that's cantilevered off of the stanchions to be on plywood. Let's get this part open and see what we got on the rest of our hardware kit. Looks so far, I see spinners, I see bent landing gear, wheels. Let's get the spinner out of here. I like the spinner, but I'd use it on electric, but I don't know if I'd use it on nitro. Okay. All right. Wheels look pretty good. They'll last for a season or two. And nicely bent landing gear. It's quality. Oh, motor mount, we're not going to use it because we're not going to go nitro on this one. And the wing tape. So they do expect me to epoxy the wings together. This is a shim plate for the back of the wing. Goes on the back of the wing so that the wing bolts don't crush the back of the wing whenever you over tighten it. Or it helps not to crush them. So far, we're looking pretty good. Get the Bible up here. Inside the Bible, you can go through your item lists if you have to. I got a little ding in the elevator there, as you've seen. That'll come out with a heat gun. We'll open the Bible up here. Now remember, when you're assembling any airplane, if all else fails, read the directions. It's amazing how many times that happened. In the old days, there was a model kit called a Real Thing Mach 2. It was an awesome airplane. I will remember that expression ever since. Okay, inside the book, they're telling me this is a 52 plus inch wingspan airplane. It's about 40 inches long. They're showing the power packages here. I've got one of those motors, so I'll be using that. There's the wingspan. And here we got the length. The rest of this is probably irrelevant if you use what they're describing. On the build video, if I run into issues, I'll be mentioning them, and I'll also give my view on what needs to be done to correct them. So far, I'm not too dissatisfied. When you start scanning the directions, of course, they come up with the directions on how to go nitro. Again, you need to really cover and fuel protect your balsa wood. Worst thing that happens is you let that castor oil or synthetic oil from the fuel get to the balsa, and it will destroy it. There are ways to remove it which do work, but it takes a lot of time. It's usually not worth the effort. On how, next thing is in the booklet, how just to assemble it. So if somebody's really not all that knowledgeable with how to put one together, this is really comprehensive. I enjoy looking through it. They went out of their way for the first timers or second timers to be able to put this airplane together. And by first timer, I just mean somebody that's ready for this kind of an airplane. They're past their trainer. Nice installation instructions, and of course how the radio, what they're supposed to do, you've already known all that. Okay, fuel tank we don't need. Let's open up the package here and see what we've got in the way of the parts for fastening on the landing gear. That looks good. Spinner, like I said, I'll use it electric. I won't use it nitro. A motor mount I do not need. This airplane kit is rather substantial, and for the money, I think you would get your value worth. We're going to go ahead and we're going to build this aircraft in the next few videos. I'll start with the fuselage and mounting the motors for those who do not know how to do that. Then we're going to move on to the wings and putting the tail feathers in it, and I'll show you how we do that. The construction of this plane will be fast. Thank you.